obviously mine and Danny's, idea for this course is really to kind of bucket guys and athletes into more muscle based and more fascial based connective tissue. I'd love to get your thoughts on that, because my mind as a college strength coach, when an athlete comes in, a freshman, I work with men's basketball, there's always a certain amount of hypertrophy I feel I have to do, functional hypertrophy. For whatever reason, we have our body composition test at the start of the summer and the end of the summer. And I'm always, my first thought is always, I want them to look good. I want to be strong. I want to be like that team, right? And then as they progress with me and we've changed the body comp, then it's more KPIs, performance based stuff. But I always have that first thought of like, if I just want to get them big, I want to get them stronger, because I think that's just the nature of our job. I'd love to just hear your thoughts on that, fascial base versus more muscle dominant, how you see that with all those batteries and levels of testing. At what point you go, I assume in that battery of testing, you're getting a body fat and you're getting a lean mass on them. To play for, Texas men's and women's basketball, you got to be extremely strong. Now, I know that's contextual, but also, with that cross-sectional area muscle size, that shows strength as well. I'm just curious your balance there. Be really intrigued to hear that.
I think the big thing is probably self-control on our part. I think the easiest thing you can do to somebody is throw food and shakes and be like, Coach, look, they gained 20 pounds. He looks jacked. But then it's like, okay, is he or she a better mover? And usually the case of like, why are they special? It's because they're long and lean and efficient. So do I need to put on all this extra muscle mass if that's going to take away from their efficiency? Just watch the NBA, the days of the bruisers and all that stuff, it's long gone. So I think it's more self-control on our part. And then the weight's going to come. Like, they have free food here. They have a full-time strength staff working with them. So to me, we've never been in a rush of throwing shakes down guys and over, eat till you puke, all that kind of stuff. I don't think we've ever bragged about how much weight we put on a guy. Just because at the end of the day, I don't think it matters if you turn into a worse mover. I've seen plenty of guys that we've worked with that you make their upper bodies huge and their lower bodies don't catch up, and then they're slower or they get hurt.
I think to sum it up real quick, it's like, I don't care about bigger, faster, stronger. I care about better, faster, stronger. And I think lean body mass and muscle mass and all that comes as a consequence of good training. Yep. A consequence of their force outputs, a consequence of them moving better. I don't track weights. Like, if we didn't have our dietitian, I wouldn't really track weights, with the exception of maybe hydration status because of preseason. But I didn't know this, but we had an individual who gained 19 pounds in a matter of 2.5 months. Now, that's something I didn't know, and I didn't really care for or strive to do. I did that as a consequence of the athlete who walked into the room that first day, and I go, these are things that make you a better basketball player based off of what we see. Now, it just so happens this individual tests in the 1 percentile of the approach jump compared to all NBA combine results. This dude is a unbelievable freak athlete. And yet I'm just going to go and do all these compressive strategies just to put lean body mass on him. No, I'm not taking away his gifts of who he is as a mover that can express himself in more force faster than top 1% of the NBA. Why would I do that? Just so I can tap myself on the shoulder and say, I got a 17 to 18-year-old to have 3 meals a day and put X amount of body weight on him? I think that we need to do better as performance coaches. We need to do better as a whole. We hold ourselves accountable based off of other superficial values that are placed upon us by external factors, saying head coach has got to say he's got to gain 20 pounds. You look bad if they didn't do this. I think we need to get away from that. Just have confidence, and the result is winning. Forget everything else. The result is that they're a better basketball player, and then it results into winning basketball games. Not bodybuilding